it, yeah. Don't ask me a thing, how I got her, how I did it, yeah. Spend the whole different, so I ask, can I?
Hey, could count on my paw and look at my dogs from way back.
Yeah, spend the whole half. So I asked, can I? Before I went live, they know what I my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some ring. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
She like got me.
Know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe. One to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Hey, you want to restart? I didn't realize I had dark on.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
To speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun to give to Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it, got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Back at there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
And this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he fires Fires one incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw on third down. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about... And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. $13 yards remaining on second down. To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Oh, yeah,
and into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 14-10.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Two yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze. He'll air it out. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes him hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 13-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Breeze. And it's caught.
And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football. But on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. It's caught. Jones. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
I remember when Allen Lazard came out of Iowa State, many questioned his speed and wondered if he could separate from defenders downfield. He got pressed into action in the middle of last year due to injury for Green Bay and wound up 2nd on the team in receiving yards as he developed and got better each and every week. Remember that Monday night game against the Bears, partner? A late touchdown and a big comeback victory.
Rodgers' throw going to be caught by Funchess. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
1st down, Green Bay.
And again, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year, and they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal. Now Jones. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers flushed out right. This is caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Yeah, we dominate.
Robert Tonyan as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add on to their lead.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Breeze. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. Looking long for Thomas. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Breeze now on first down. And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Mason Crosby for the extra point.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34.
For us Saints. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Hey, keep it going, dog. So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
Brings up 2nd down.
To try again after the sack. Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Backer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 on the play. 1st down.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
28. Saints 20.
Aaron Rodgers, the 8-time Pro Bowler, with an lead and looking to add to it. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to, and if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Down, Packers.
Now the rookie's second-round pick, it's A.J. Dillon with it. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points. And now here is another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Zadarius Smith, his 2nd sack of the night. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And he finds Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 34 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Austin's got it left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gauton. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you.